Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, across the country, around the world. Welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program, and if you're watching this on the day it's released, Happy Halloween! We're about to launch a Mark III Space Shuttle style mission to retrieve all of our Kerbals from space, because I did a poor design last time, and they could return. I actually tried it, and they can return, but this is more fun. No, I failed to include a decoupler at one point, so I can't open up the giant 10-meter heat shield, so they're stuck. So we're going to go dock with them, meet them, and come on in for a landing here back at the Kerbal Space Center. Yeah, like I said, a bit of a shuttle-style launch, kind of my own version of it. Fairly stable. Fairly stable. Yeah. So we're going to do that. Let's launch and release. Ooh, a little loud. And it should start pushing us, yes, to the west. We can pretty quickly start pushing it. There we go. Otherwise, it just goes like straight up really bad. I built this style before, but I was always playing with these three nozzles, like, okay, drop each one to 33%, and that should balance it out. Then I realized, wait a minute, there's three of them. Just cut the other two off and just have the one, and it's the same thing. So there we go with this guy, and it's a pretty stable vessel. I will end up playing with the throttle control, the thrust limiters on both this guy and the main engine as the fuel slowly burns down. I have to be honest, I've actually run this whole mission once already. It was for the most part a success. The mission was, however, my recording of it was not. Something happened, my computer glitch, and that recording is lost. And instead of just, jumping out to the next thing and saying, sorry guys, you missed that, but here we go with what's next, I want to do this because it's fun. Space shuttle missions are fun, and I learned a bit from this one from what I did last time. Going really high. Okay, let's go ahead and go prograde. Should put us, whoop, and those engines just burnt out. Goodbye. Poof, go away. But now is when these engines are going to get a little bit screwy. We're going to hold prograde pretty well, and there we go, we're swinging that around. Our apoapsis is decently high, keeping that ahead of us. Unfortunately, we have to keep, because that doesn't, no. We have to keep here to keep an eye on this guy. Because we can see the prograde is, it's just starting to wander away from prograde a little bit, because this guy is over thrusting because of the weight, so then we just back it off a little bit, and we should be able to hold prograde pretty well. Let's back it up a bit more. There we go. We're getting a little bit of wibble wobble there, but it shouldn't be anything that we can't deal with. We are still in atmosphere too, so we're probably getting some funny atmospheric effects going on. Whoa! Oh, it switched to our orbital prograde, which is okay, good. Except that we're gonna want to be going a bit more horizontal very soon, like now. On. Not the cleanest orbital insertion, but it's a thing. Now it's going to start, I think. There, up, there we go, playing with that guy. So now we'll leave this one 100%, and we start playing with this one. What's our, whoa, I was playing with that a little too much. That's good. We can go for a higher orbit than him. Let's go for 130 and cut off. There we go. 130. Okay. Again, we have to play with this guy to make it all happy. I'm sure we'll be dropping that even more. The fun thing about this, when I returned the sunfish back to Kerbin, I put it back on the wrong orbit. It's going, looking down. It's going clockwise, whereas everything else goes counterclockwise. So that makes launching a little bit more difficult because you're launching against the rotation of Kerbin. Not impossible, but a little more difficult. Okay, so let's set up the maneuver for orbital insertion. Eek. And we are... Come on. Stop it. We are going to be going for a slightly higher orbit. And we'll let it catch up to us. There we go. What's that? Ooh, that's a bit much. What did I say? 130? And they're flipping around, so that's probably pretty close. Yes, 3 kilometers. I will take that. So we're going to go ahead and aim toward that. We got our burn coming up in a bit. We're going to trust this node to do what we need it to do. But we are going to, I think, start with this guy down, like, there-ish. And we'll play with that to get things correct. It's all about center of mass, center of thrust, where things are going. But we'll be able to use up the rest of this fuel to do our orbital insertion. And then any other maneuvers, we activate all 3 of these guys. And we should be good. I do enjoy, what's it called? Space shuttle missions. They're fun. It's a different challenge to fly it this way. Oop, okay, we're about to hit our node. Throttle up slowly-ish. See what it does. Okay. Can we go full throttle? We can, and we're reasonably balanced right now. That'll keep changing as the weight distribution changes. No. Wow. Touchy. I mean, it's working. We're getting there. It's just kind of funny to do it. That's all. So that one's powering it just a little bit. Let's get a little more kick. There. Okay, good. And again, we're just trusting this maneuver node to get us to the right place. These guys are going to be bingo fuel in just a moment. Wobbling around quite a bit. Ooh. Whoa, did we burn out? Oh, we did. Okay, well, that's reasonable. Let's go ahead and activate all 3 of those guys. We'll go ahead and keep burning up with that maneuver. Leave that guy behind. I mean, he's going to stay in orbit too, but we'll terminate that a little bit later. Go away. I don't need you anymore. And go away. Okay, good. Now it gets a little squirty looking for that. All right, so what's our orbits? We're okay, so we are... Oh, we're a little low on our apoapsis, but that's okay. We can definitely change that. Either way, we're in a higher orbit than the Sunfish. The Sunfish's orbit is... Oh, no, I am. Yes, I am in a higher orbit. Excellent. So now it's going to catch up to us, and we will rendezvous. Are we at... we are at an inclination, because that was kind of a slightly squirrely takeoff. In that case... Oh, dude, okay, let's... No. There we go. Focus on Kerbin. Makes life just a smidgen easier. We're going to go ahead and... Whoa, no, don't warp to it. The maneuver... The fun thing about this is, no. There we go. Fun thing about this is because our orbit is reversed, the way normal and anti-normal work is reversed as well. Whoa. Okay, good. There we go. That's what we need, and that's going to be a decent change. We'll lock to that. And now that we're at this point, though, the 3 rockets should burn pretty evenly through our center of mass. It should work out just fine. Okay, so we're going to quick save, because that's our friend. And warp to the next maneuver. Oh, wow, that thing's taking off ahead of us. Look at that. All right, still porting at the node. We're going to our time warp. It's a tiny burn. For those engines, at least. Yeah, the vectors are pretty darn strong. I don't know how efficient they are, but I know they are really, really strong. There we go. Good. So now we are... we should be... Yes! Aligned. Alright, and now we just wait for him to catch up to us. We're in pretty close orbit, so even physics warp or time warping as much as I can here is going to take a while. So I'm going to pop back to the space center. Oh yeah, we dropped down again. I'm going to drop back to the space center and warp until they're much closer. I'll see you back here in a minute when they are right next to each other. So like I said, we're back when they're pretty close to each other. We're going to go ahead and set a maneuver to burn retrograde and see what our encounter looks like. Oh, there we go. So we are still a little bit ahead of it. Nope, I lied. We fall behind it. Ooh, we might be a little too late. Eek. Well, in that case, retrograde now. We can maneuver. We can finagle an encounter. It's not the end of the world. And that is 5.8. That's not bad. Can I... Yeah, just a little bit of thrusting from the RCS will help drop that just a smidgen. There's probably something we can do over here to fine-tune it as well. Nope, that's at 2.3. 2.3 is it. Good, that's fine. I can live with that, though. That is just fine. I'm trying to see, is it that we are... Oh, focus on Kerbin. Is it that we are still... We're still a little bit outside of them, but that's okay. We'll be just fine with that. Quick save. A 2.3 kilometer distance is not much. Let's go ahead and warp to there. We just quick saved. And now, though, is the time to be... And I think this should kick over to target on its own. Or not. There we go, target. So now we'll kill our relative velocity and rendezvous. Now we just maneuver toward it. Oh yeah, this is completely unmanned. There's nobody in here because everybody's on this, but it's got the better probe. Whoa. It's got the better probe core on the front, the best 1.25 meter probe core that's got everything. It's got I can do everything that I want to just with that without having to manually point anything. I just click, 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 and it does it. All right, so we're pointed toward the target. We're gonna thrust toward it, and there we go. Our prograde is closing in on it. That's good. A 10 meter distance. 10 meters per second closing is good. And I noticed, I mean, maybe it's just the way the camera works, but when you're focused on something, the vessel rotates around what you're focused on. But then when you reset the camera, then it feels like the camera rotates around its center of mass. Interesting trick of the way the camera works. All right, we're going to be at 9 kilometers. That's going to be our closest, so we'll see what happens with that. Better burn time gives you this, which is, I think, is a really cool feature. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and kill that motion. Not that it's much. Good. And same thing again. Burn toward it and close. I'm just going to get up to about 5 meters per second because we are coming in kind of close to it. All right, good. And then retrograde, and we'll stop our motion when we get nice and close, and we'll dock. Good. F5, because quick saving is our friend. Still lots of monopropellant. Good. Warp, warp, warp. Because we can, and we know nothing is going to happen. We're going to get about 0.3 kilometers, 300 meters away. Don't worry, everybody. This robot plane has come to save you. Alright, so we are still slowly closing on them. Ooh, it looks like they're actually pointed kind of sort of toward us right now. That's cool. Come on. There you go. Not that we need much. I mean, we still have quite a distance to close. Let's go ahead and warp. And we'll see, yep, that drifts away. And we are drifting away. Because our orbits are still just a little off. We are in a slightly higher orbit, so things will drift a little bit over time. That's okay, though. We can definitely account for that. And warp, 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 warp. Alright, so we are within 200 kilometers, so we can switch to it. Open the shield, get everything ready. Let's see, where is he? There he is. Oh, I can't set you to point at the target because you're not that smart. Even Jeb isn't that smart. That's okay, though. We'll be fine. We'll make it work. Rotate this guy around just so that I have a better frame of reference. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Then can I target? I should be able to target the actual nose cone. Maybe not yet. So we're going to pass to the side just a little bit, but that's okay. Is that the... Yeah, the front's facing him. Interesting. Let's go ahead and open the shield. Make sure we are controlling... Oh, wrong button. Control from here. Open the shield. There we go. And the shield, I should be able to... Annoying. Anyway, we're here now. We'll dock. You've seen dockings before. I've done a bunch. I'm going to dock, transfer everybody, transfer the science, and we'll check back when it's time to try to come in for a landing. Emphasis on try. So we've transferred everybody across. This is now an empty vessel. Everybody's on board the big shuttle. I don't have a name for it yet. The big shuttle. And we're ready to go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on. Undock. Excellent. And Team R, thrust away. Close that shield. And now we're going to come in for a landing. So we are, where are we? We are here. Yeah, we're both here. The Kerbal Space Center is over here. It's in the sunlight. I did this before, so I have a little test. Because, like I said, the video didn't work the first time. Or didn't record the first time. I aimed it for just shy of the Space Center. I ended up landing in the water over here. Actually, I had to fly back and didn't make it. So we're going to aim for the water, like, way over here. So we're going to go ahead and set a maneuver node here. Nice and shallow, like. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, that's pretty shallow. So we're going to make that even further back. And, oof, that's still... I think that should do... Oh, it's hard to plan these to actually land, like, at the Space Center. I'm not an expert at that. I've gotten to land on the runway a few times in my earlier series, but from straight up landing, or from deorbit, insertion, and to the runway, I'm not so good at that. I think I've gotten that to work out like twice. Alright, so then, we are going to quick save, because I want to come back and practice this again. We're going to warp to that maneuver. We still have a fair amount of fuel, so we should be okay for that. In case we need to fly again and thrust to help ourselves, we have that option. Yeek. Not that it's critical. Good. We're coming down. Yeah, and the water's over there. That should be at least recoverable. If nothing else. So, let us face prograde, at least get prograde-ish facing. What's our fuel like? We still have a lot of fuel left in there. Oh, that's... Alright, well, that's not the end of the world. It's just that we're going to be butt heavy as we come down. And there we are. Get more or less horizontal. Look at that. Everybody's really excited to come home. Good luck. And we're going to time warp until we hit the atmosphere. We're not going to come in at it like that, though. That's a little bit crazy. There we go. We're going to drop down to about... We're going to start off at 10 degrees. Burp. And we'll try to be horizontal. Honestly, the orbital insertion for the failed to record video, it was really smooth. It was just at the end, when I was trying to come in for a landing and whatnot. Oh, you're trying to hold prograde. That's why you're fighting me. Oy. Just at the end, I tried to maneuver when I was being a little aggressive, and it started to spin. The only way to recover was to burn fuel. So we'll see what happens this time around. Alright, so we are definitely in the atmosphere. Oh, straight into the sun. What does that look like? Oh, that's kind of cool. All the instrumentation. Hi, guys. But we're, like, coming straight into the sun. Anywho. Enough of that tomfoolery. We'll see how this works out. Alright, let's go ahead and physics warp, because we're impatient and we're lazy until we get some of those heat effects. Which should be there. They are. Ooh, the front is heating up a bit. That's okay, though. We'll keep lifting, and the heat will be spread across. This might be a slightly steeper insertion. And this, we are... Okay, I was saying, we're not there yet. No, we're over the peninsula over here before we get to the space center. Wow, everything's getting red, though. There, I think it's calmed down a bit. Everything's getting a little red, but I think the heat's getting spread across everything as well. These wings can take a lot of abuse and a lot of the heat. Yeah. The only problem with coming in like this, like, yes, you bleed off speed, but last time I ended up climbing. You pop up over, and that's not ideal. But that's why I set the thing to end over here. It'll push us up and over a little bit. Is it moving? Well, that's certainly shrinking. I can't really see. I don't think that's moving much. At least not yet. 30 degrees. Well, she's handling it, and it's breaking us. Yep. Everything looks like it's getting a little red. That's interesting. It didn't do that last time. But look, it's like rock solid and stable, though. It's not going anywhere. It's not wibble wobbling. Usually vessels like this are brr, 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 brr. The noses are bouncing up and down. But this guy's nice and stable. Although RCS is going a little crazy. Let's cancel that. Alright, so there is a little more wobble when you turn on the RCS, or turn off the RCS, but not much. How's this looking? Oh, yeah, see, it's shortening. It's shortening here. Then we hit thicker atmosphere. It will deflect and we'll start lifting a bit. At least I think. That's what happened last time. Oh, obviously this episode will be just this return mission because we're already at 25 minutes and some change. Next episode, well, I'm going to take a couple days break. Tonight's the 30th. Tomorrow, when this should be airing or posted, will be Halloween. I'm going to spend that night with my wife, and we're going to, I don't know, watch Rocky Horror Picture Show or something. So I'm going to take a few days off from recording, and then hopefully by Thursday or Friday, by Friday, I'll have something else to put up for you guys. I think we'll continue with the Space Station Arcadia. Got some new missions. Got a mission to expand the moon station, so that's cool. But for now, I'm going to take a couple days off. This stuff of recording an episode a day is a bit killer, and nowadays I'm putting in a bunch of hours to make one episode. Although today I did fly like 4 or 5 different. Well, I put 3 satellites in orbit. 2 more where you adjust their orbit. Well, we didn't climb. Interesting. That's okay. The Space Center is right over there. Yeah, and we'll keep it. Looks like we're going to fall into the ocean, but because we're atmospheric, we can create lift, and we will be creating lift. Now we just got to fight it and keep it up. Keep the nose up. Granted, we're still going pretty fast, entering thicker atmosphere, and this last time was where I lost control of things. So we're just going to keep it really calm, really gentle. Once you get into atmosphere, I think this will be an okay glider. It was just before we hadn't gotten into the atmosphere, at least not the thicker atmosphere, and it kind of did weird, crazy, flat, spinny things. Plus, it's not that easy. I mean, it wants to nose down already, but we've got so much fuel back here, it makes the center of mass kind of funky. Okay, I'm just going to keep tapping that up, and we should be okay. Eek. Eek, eek, eek. Oh, stabilized. Beautiful. We are now in like a stable glide. I'm not tapping anything, and we're just kind of holding there. Good. So we're in thick enough atmosphere so that the elevons and things are doing their job. And now I can actually take a look at this. Where I can't get any closer, can I? I'm going to focus on the planet. If I focus on me, can I get... Aha! Yes. So we are... Oh, yeah, you can see it's moving across. So we should be able to stretch that across to come in for a landing at the KSC. I think I can just make it out right there. We are losing altitude, obviously, and our prograde marker is down that way. We might be just darn near perfectly lined up. I don't know. I mean, we might be coming in a little bit askew to the runway, but I think that's the Space Center right there. Those 2 pixels is the Space Center, and we should be coming in to it just perfectly. I think. Provided we don't lose all speed and stall, but we still have fuel, so we could burn toward it. I don't know if we're gonna need to. There's the island runway, so yeah, we're definitely on our way to the Space Center. I'm not even touching anything right now. Hands off the controls, just kind of letting it do its thing. If it drops much below 200, though, I kind of want to start diving. I mean, what's this look like? Yeah, I mean, that's showing us we're gonna just plummet straight down, but we're still generating lift for ourselves to keep going. And we're at 10,000. We're still a ways away, though. Can always do this. It's a little bit cheaty, but I want to land at the Space Center. I really do. There we go. We can speed back up again. And look, you can see our orbital indicator is stretching out just ever so slowly. Okay, let's see. Can we just... Whoa! physics warped and it went straight down to the prograde marker, which is okay. Not really what I wanted. I want to keep at least level flight. Level-ish flight. Come on, stabilize. There we go. Pushing our apoapsis out ahead of us effectively. Climbing again. Good. I think we're going to be just fine for this. We'll just finagle with this for a little bit more. I'm not going to drop the thrust yet. Otherwise, I fear we will just stall. Yeah, that's no help anymore. We're going to leave that. There's something about space shuttles, though. I mean, obviously the U.S. space shuttles. Something about these space shuttles. Any space shuttle. I think they're cool. They're sleek. They're awesome. They're kind of sexy. They're fun. They just look cool. I have a lot of fun with them. I added these parachutes just in case we do have to make a water landing. I don't think we will. I think we'll be able to stretch it to the runway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get to the runway. I think it might be a little bit to the left. I think that's it there. So we're a little bit off. So let's try lining ourselves up on the runway a bit more. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Never played with that before. Alright. I think we're close enough now. We can hopefully glide on it. If we need a little push at the end, we've got the fuel in reserve to do it. Oh, we can do the fine-tune controls. That's right. I often forget about those. Okay, let's level out, though. And glide our way in. Hopefully for a nice smooth landing at the runway. Whoa. And we're still up pretty high. We can probably just take that nosedive now and would be okay. Maybe. I don't know. Interesting. Just looking at that tail fin, seeing that it was slightly off, but we were slightly not level, so it was keeping us in trim. I don't want to slow down, but I don't want to drop too quickly either. Well, this reminds me of the last time I played this. We were something like this, and I was like, we can make it, and then we didn't make it to the land. We made it to the water. We were still a ways up, but we're going to go ahead and give ourselves a little push. Because we have the fuel there, hey, why not use it? We're staying nearly level, that's good. We're at 1,500 meters. I don't really want to drop just yet, although I know my glide path approach is for helicopters, because I used to fly them. So mine is a little steeper than what it probably should be for a fixed wing, or for a glider like this. Yeah, we're good now. We're gonna come right on down, I think. Let's try to get down. Eek. Now we're maybe too high? Maybe a little off alignment? I think we'll make it to the runway. I mean, we'll make it to the land, but whether we'll make it on the runway or not, I am not entirely sure. Okay, coming up on the land. Dropping the gear. All three are deploying. Excellent. And if this looks really bad, I can always just tap the spacebar and hit all the parachutes too. But I think we'll be coming in for landing on the runway. Wow. I think. Eek, if we don't stall first. Well, we'll be coming in toward the runway. Maybe not necessarily on the runway, but toward the runway. Oh, I'm bad. Oh, and that's really fast. It's okay, because we're going to land on the runway. Here we go. Ooh, bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. But we're down on the runway. Look at that. Like I said, a little cheaty, but some of these things are a little hard. Slow us down. They're not drogue chutes, but they'll slow us down as well. Crazy braking forces. And there we go. We've rescued all of our Kerbals from space. They're back where they belong at the Kerbal Space Center. Well, at least where their home is. Maybe their home is in space. I don't know. But we rescued them. And we landed on the runway. Not the ideal landing. Not a perfect landing. We know we had to use that little bit of thrust at the end there because I'm not the best pilot for this stuff. But we made it. That's it for this episode. I'll be back again in a few days. Like I said, probably Thursday or Friday we'll be back with another episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you like, hit subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Pass the word. I will catch you later.